The greatest need of the hour is yoga for all, boys and girls, young and old, householders and businessmen. The reason is obvious. They must be healthy enough to carry out their routine duties successfully in the world. Yoga alone can foster a balanced muscular system, elasticity of the bones, proper circulation of blood in the body, and a proper functioning of the glandular system. Not only this, you can also set right the most important systems in our body, namely our nervous system, digestive system, and the respiratory system, etc. Moreover, you can vitalize such important organs of the body without which life is impossible, such as brain, heart, kidney, etc. One great advantage of yoga is that it enhances our work efficiency as a result of soundness of our health. One can work continuously for hours with devotion and dedication and do whatever work one is assigned to us. Obviously, one who works with concentration is better than one who is careless in his work. He is liked by all. He knows how to make the best use of time. Since such a man works without any tension and with a smile on his face, he never feels tired. Work without tensions help in activating his cells rather than destroying them. This is the secret of his evergreen youth and longevity. Practice of yoga keeps us far away from ailments. If sometimes ailments come our way, we take no time to recover. The reason is that yoga creates in us a tremendous power of resistance, and that is why the body does not fall an easy prey to disease. But a sound body goes hand in hand with a sound mind and intellect. The soundness of the three faculties lead to mental peace, a poised intellect, decision making power, and a clear line of thought process. Even then, man's life is not supposed to be complete. He also needs self purification, which can only be possible when one surrenders oneself to the yogic way of life. Yoga plays an important role in the development of a man's qualities. The quality of mercy absorbs anger in itself. Selfless work and renunciation dispel greed and selfishness. Attachment and hatred melt into nothingness when the individual soul merges into the universal. In the development of an individual into a genius and in uniting the individual with the universal soul, yoga plays a vital role. Life is meaningful when one is able to control one's passions, emotions, and sentiments. Take the example of a car which runs on the road without brakes, or that of a human being who has a capacity to run but is unable to stop when required to do so, working all the time but never learning to take rest. A man who wastes away his energy in useful activity rather than utilizing it in a meaningful work. One earns tons of wealth and is never inclined to spend a penny for the general good of the society. Such a man's life is useless, meaningless, and incomplete. Here again, it is the practice of yoga that can help us strike a balance between the two extremes. Samadhi is the ultimate goal of yoga, or it is called the superconscious state. It is one thing to experience the relaxation of the body, sense organs, and mind, or to attain peace and bliss. But it is altogether a different experience to put one heart and soul in the work and yet remain alert. This state is known as wakeful samadhi, which is considered as an elevated state, as the aspirant's total personality, body, mind, intellect, and consciousness are involved in the performance of his duty. Such a practicant is most fortunate in the spiritual sense of the word. Here again, it is yoga alone that help us to attain this state of samadhi. By detaching, the general tendency of a person is to demand more and more and give less and less. But after the attainment of self realization, this tendency to give arise in a yogi automatically and naturally. A yoga practicant does not behave like a beggar, he acts like a millionaire who only gives and never expects anything in return. A yogi's life is illumined with the light of service and sacrifice. Yoga also inculcates in us a sense of discipline. We feel encouraged at every stage of life With the constant improvement in our conduct of life, we are able to distinguish between the right and the wrong. We transcend the dualities of hatred and attachment, pain and pleasure, loss and profit, defeat and victory. Their impact is limited only to our sensory and mental facilities. Such a transcendental stage of mind can only be attained by the practice of yoga. If we desire to have a sound and healthy body, a complete and contented life, if we want to overcome the adversities of life, if we desire to cultivate the qualities of simplicity, objectivity, and industriousness, as well as the purification of body and mind, and attain high thinking, we must start the practice of yoga. If we long for a sharp intelligence, illumine our life with selfless service, lead a highly noble, and spotless life, and attain an equality of mind in pleasure and pain, cultivate love and affection for the entire mankind, to experience self realization and a subtle understanding of microcosm and macrocosm, we must pursue yoga as our way of life. Remember, there is no alternative to yoga. If we are sincerely anxious to attain what is attainable in this life, we should start the practice of yoga sooner than late. Do not put off till tomorrow what we can do today.